What's up, YouTube? It's been 3-4 weeks, maybe 5, I don't know. I've been meaning to get out here and make a video, but I've been trying to play catch up still, so hasn't worked out. I haven't even, well, I've got some clips of the new housing setup that I mentioned in the last video. I'm not going to announce it just yet. There's been one setback after another, but it's coming soon. So stay tuned for that. I just got done transplanting a bunch of squash and raking out beds in the Copic area, which, by the way, I did get cleared finally. I got it cleared maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. It's cleared. That's all that matters. Thank God. Crops are doing good, as you can see. I'll take you bed to bed as I usually do, and then I'll show you the Centropic area, tell you my plans for that, and then we'll see what else I say. I don't know. These things don't ever go as planned. All right, so basil is having disease problems like it always does. Last year, no matter how many times I planted it, it always had disease problems. At least this half of the bed, maybe I can zoom out, from about here to about that post, that's where it's the worst, but further down it's doing a little better. From, like I said, about that post down, really about right here down. But not sure what the deal is with that, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to harvest most of that, take it to market, and make pesto out of the rest, and just say forget the basil. I have cilantro. I need to kick the irrigation on before I leave because it got hot and dry today. But seeded cilantro from seed that I saved from all the cilantro that I grew last year. I only planted one planting last year, and it went from October till I think the end of April. So, and that was on that end of the garden. But seeded one row here, so that way by the time it comes up, basil's coming out, and the asparagus can grow up past the cilantro, and nobody will have a problem with each other. That basil smells so good. Makes me want pizza. Not tonight. I have to make the dough ahead of time. Anyways, Salanova's doing good. I will have Salanova at market this coming Tuesday. Not sure when this video is going to come out, but this will be the first market. I don't know what the date's going to be, but what's today, 27th? Today's Friday, so 28th, 29th, 30th. I think it'll be the first week, or the first... trying to remember when I did market last year. I think it was the first week of November was the first week that I brought produce to market, and I think it's going to be the same thing this year, so we'll see. So technically, I'm kind of right on time as far as last year goes. I was looking at some pictures. I might be able to throw a picture in here now or whenever, and show you what the garden looked like last year at this time compared to now, which is this. But I'm a little bit behind, but as far as taking stuff to market goes, I'm pretty much right on time. So yeah, that was a lot for what that was. Anyways, Salanova's doing good. Salad mix coming soon. Pak choi's doing good. Couple spots in this bed are a little iffy. I think it's just because the wood chips got a little too deep when the cover crop went down, so there's some patches that just have to decompose a little more, but that's really not a big deal. The next planting will do fine. But yeah, some pak choi is going to be going at the market. This carrot bed is getting crazy. I was not expecting such good germination out of it, so I'll probably have to thin a lot of it, get little baby carrots or something. Carrot tops are actually, when they're young, are really good in smoothies and stuff. Or you can actually bake them, like char them a little bit with some olive oil and garlic, and oh my God, they're amazing. So might do that just to thin them. Purple pak choi, I think it's rosy pak choi, doing good. I don't know if you can see it way down yonder, but there's some Jericho romaine down there just because I didn't have enough pak choi. That's still a couple weeks out. Mizuna from here to about there, and then arugula in the back. That's all going to market. Tatsoi, I'm going to harvest outer leaves and bag it like I did last year instead of doing heads. It's doing really good compared to last year. Last year, my tatsoi, every planting had fungal problems. Alternaria was really taking it out, but it looks so good now with that bunching onion in the middle. 2 beds of broccoli. I'm gonna end up throwing a line of Salanova down the middle of one of them and then figure out what to put down the middle of the other. I had 3 trays of Salanova that didn't germinate too well, and I have just enough, I think, to do 1 line. So one of these beds is going to be the lucky winner. Probably this one, since the broccoli is a little smaller, for whatever reason. Some of these, I think this area where my hand is covering, my filthy hand from planting, that whole area, I think, again, had some pretty deep wood chips, so stuff got a little stunted, but it's coming along. We'll just consider that a succession planting, because as soon as it gets its roots into some good stuff, or I throw some harmony on it, it'll catch up. Not really catch up, but it'll grow, and I'm not worried about it, because I'll get broccoli off the big ones first, and then the stunted ones, once they catch up, will fruit later. So whatever. It's just broccoli. Jim grows a ton of broccoli anyways. That's Arcadia, actually. One of Jim's favorite varieties. You can't get seed for anymore. So we'll see how it does. I don't know. I haven't grown it before. Fennel, doing good. Bulb fennel. Cucumbers. Just harvested the first 3 cucumbers out of them. Actually, I missed one. There it is. So 4. I'll pick that in a minute. They're doing really good. Happy with them. There's no bug pressure, no fungal problems, except these plants, a little stunted. Again, I think it's the wood chips, but from there down, they're doing really good. This bed of Salanova, the camera's not doing it justice, but it looks amazing. It's only been in the ground for about 2.5 weeks, and it's like the starts. I changed my seed starting mix back to my original recipe and got rid of the worm castings that I was using from the local guy, and man, that made a huge difference. And I shouldn't have been a cheapskate and went with the cheaper route, and it is what it is. But this Salanova is killing it, and I love it, and it looks so good. I love when a bed looks perfect and not a single plant dies, and they're all nice and straight and uniform, and just look how amazing that is. I love it. Oh, I spoke too soon. Anyways, ignore that. But that's Salanova, though. It's amazing. I never want to harvest it because it just looks so good, but then I'm like, that's a lot of money, so I do. But Napa cabbages down the centers, Hawkeye turnips, multi-sown clumps. I think there's about 3 to 5 in each, all the way down, spaced about 5 inches apart. This is an entire bed of celery. They're about 8 inches apart. Maybe, I don't know, 9 to 10 inches apart, actually. Determinate tomatoes. Got 2 rows of them. This variety, I think it's Galade or something like that. It's having fungal problems or some kind of disease problems. This variety is, it'll come to me. Tasmanian chocolate, doing a lot better. There's no disease problems. They're a shorter tomato from what I'm noticing. Both the determinants, but this one's getting bigger than this one, but this one's nice and short, stocky. Looks really good. I seeded radishes with the Jang in this semi-decomposed wood chip stuff that I was getting from the pile over by the woods that the millipedes have gone through and made really amazing compost. This stuff really should have been sifted if I was going to direct seed into it. It looks good when I put it down, but in reality, there's too much bulky stuff, so direct seeding is a pain in the butt. But radishes, they're barely coming up. I'm not sure if they're not coming up because they're dying or if the jang just didn't work properly. Like, there's some spots where they're coming up nice and thick as they should, about an inch apart, but then other spots they're just not even there. So, and the same goes for this bed, that bed, and this bed right here. This is another Mizuna and arugula bed. The arugula, okay, hold on, I'll say this first. The Mizuna, I think, is old seed, so that is contributing into the poor germination of the Mizuna. See those little guys in there with an onion that somehow survived the tarping and cover cropping. But arugula, those rows look terrible. That came up really good, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll run the jang through in between these Mizuna rows and see if I can get a little extra in there while it's still small. This is carrots, direct seeded with the jang. So some of them are coming up. I just saw, there they are. We'll see how they do in the next week. Carrots can take some time, so some of them are coming up. We'll see how they do. This is all a mustard mix, and then these are 3 fresh beds. So that's the compost. This part of the bed actually looks really good. There's a lot of fine stuff, but again, there's some bulky stuff, and this all gravity works. The small stuff works its way down and the big stuff works its way up. But yeah, I don't know. I like sifted stuff. It's so much more efficient to work with. But that's me, that's my preference. These beds, I'm not sure what's gonna go out here yet. I'm kind of having a debate with myself whether I want my kale this year in the main garden. Sorry, Pete's playing on his toys. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Running through the trails. But I don't know if I want my kale or the rest of my brassicas, so basically all kale, because it's gonna be 4 or 5 rows in here, or in the syntropic area that I'm gonna take you to in a second to get some closer up shots of that. I've only got, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 11 beds left to plant in this main garden. Hold on, you can see the garden from this angle. Anyways, I'm gonna peel the tarp up later next week, and get more compost down and finish planting. Roselle, I've picked close to, or a little over actually, of 200 pounds of calyxes out of this 50-foot row. Got my last picking to do on Monday. I'll probably just keep it and make my Roselle syrup. That stuff's really good. But yeah, then they're all getting ripped out finally. And then that edible leaf hibiscus, that'll get chopped right to the ground so it can make room for other stuff. I'm sure it'll sprout back and keep going, but it'll make room in the meantime. Syntropic area. I can actually breathe when I look at this space now. It is a huge relief to have this done. It still looks really crappy, but that's a syntropic area if you ask me. Anyways, grasses are cut, piled in the beds really deep. They're all gonna break down and turn into nothing. They're already regrowing. It's only been 2 weeks, I think, and they've grown a foot. But anyways, those giant cassia trees all went to seed, set seed everywhere. They are a nightmare. There's seedlings coming up worse than some other weeds, and I've raked this area out just because I just planted this whole row of squash. But they're bad. So, and I just chopped them down to like a 1.5-ish foot stump. I think there's 3 or 4 in each row, but man, they were huge. They grew about 30-40 feet tall, way up here, shading out everything. That's why the avocado looks so sparse. It was just like right there and engulfing it. Loquats, they're getting more sun now. That little citrus thing is getting more sun. Bananas, doing good. They're all limbed up. I'll show you a couple nice racks on there. Tomatoes, doing okay. I really should have got them planted at like a month before I did. But I can only do so much. Health-wise, it's just fighting reality. So anyways, every row has tomatoes in it now. So that's 6 rows of tomatoes. There's about 600 tomatoes planted out this season. I grew probably 800 total and have been selling off the rest of them and gave away the last of the ones that didn't sell last week because I'm tired of them. But there's some disease problems. I gotta clean them up some more, but I don't know. We'll see how they do. If I get some tomatoes, it'd be nice, because no one else is really gonna have fall tomatoes. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how they do. You can see the weeds. Maybe not, but I can, and they're bad. I've got to rake all this out, and then I think I'm just gonna put wood chips down. The weed seeds are so bad because so much crap went to seed in here. I don't even think I want to bother with direct seeding in these beds this season. Plus, the stupid armadillos love the syntropic area, and every time I direct seed, it seems like the armadillos want to come and just destroy my beds, and it really honestly pisses me off. So I think I'm just going to transplant stuff that I know the armadillos aren't going to mess with too much, and just put wood chips down, like a composted wood chip. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this area looks so much nicer. Let me take you and see some banana racks. See all the weeds. These 2 rows are experimental tomato varieties. I don't remember how many varieties. I don't remember what all there are, but they are marked. See, that was armadillo damage. So the goal with these is to see how they do for a fall crop, and then try and plant some in the spring, see how they do as a spring crop, and then pick my favorites out of that to save seed from. The rest of them are all proven to be really good as of last spring. All of them are saved, or all of them come from seeds that I saved from my best fruit in the spring. So yeah, here's a bunch of bananas. Bunch of them, literally a bunch of them. Nice flower. There's a new one. A lot of these bananas need to be thinned, so I'm gonna thin some of them. Take some of the younger sword pups out. Let's see. Like, look how dense that cluster is over there. Needs a little love. But now that everything's cleaned, it just looks so much better. This is how things should be. Things should not get out of hand, and things should not be planted so dense to where they choke each other out. So yeah, sunset looks so good. Sorry, I was zoning off looking at that. Still looks like a mess to me, but looks better than it did. So we're gonna stay positive on that note. Roselle that died. This area has not been watered in months. So all this Roselle, 200 pounds, no irrigation through the summer, and I didn't even mulch these beds. I'm impressed. Same with that stuff. The edible leaf hibiscus. I think that's Chief Kubo. I think. Don't quote me. Shaky phone, sorry. But entrance garden over there is under plastic. Chickens have been moved to the back. The water's still hanging in the tree. That area, I don't even know what I'm planting there yet. So, haven't gotten there yet. Gotta fix a couple posts that broke. But everything's looking good. Hopefully soon I'll have my housing set up, finished, or at least set up, and then I can get a video for you guys of that. That's all bok choy. That's why it looks so much bigger than the rest of the bed. Where's my finger? Right there is the line. So bok choy and pak choy. Pak choy is smaller than bok choy. But anyways. Yum. Anyways, that's that. That's the update. I'm going to try and get another one out to you as soon as I can. Hopefully in a week or two. Hopefully the next video is the housing video, whatever you want to call it. The unveiling. I don't know. It'll be fun. I'm excited about it. I don't know why I don't even want to mention what it is yet, but I don't. So we're going to go with it. And y'all just have to be patient. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something again. And yeah, let me know what you want to see in the comments. We'll see if I can make a video on it if I have time. Doing more detailed videos is just, it's been too much, honestly. It's just me running all of this and doing all the marketing and doing everything. And trying to build my house and everything else. Dealing with limes. It's fun times. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. Happy gardening. And look at that sunset. It looks so good.